Hey everyone, how are we doing after the 7-0 loss to Liverpool? We need to forget about that now. A bit of positive news on our potential new owners. Our bidders are flying in from their respective countries to hold further talks with regards to owning our club. It's getting more and more interesting and more closer to us finding out who our new owners will be. Our next game, Real Betis at Old Trafford, Europa League round of 16. For those who remember, we played them earlier on in the season in a friendly where we ended up losing 1-0. But to be fair, most of our youngsters played that game. Most of our first team players were at the World Cup. Some were injured. But that was not really a game for us to measure upon just how tough Real Betis can be. With them being unbeaten in their last 5 games and their latest game, a 0-0 draw with Real Madrid, tells you exactly the type of opposition we are facing. They are fifth in La Liga and are quite close to attaining a Champions League spot. A tough team to face after our dreadful game against Liverpool. And Real Betis will feel a bit confident considering they could draw with Real Madrid and would look to impact us on our wounds from the game that we suffered against Liverpool. This is a game for us, however, to immediately bounce back, to immediately show that Sunday was just a blip, that we can move forward. This is a game as well for us to see just exactly where the players' mentalities are. It's going to be a really interesting game. We know Spanish teams always love to have possession of the ball, but Erik ten Hag is just as much obsessed with possession. We are playing at home, and we have been very good at home. And we should, again, we believe that we can win. We should win against a team like Real Betis. We shouldn't look to have lots of changes in the team either. Just because of a bad performance on Sunday doesn't mean we should go willy-nilly and chop and change everyone. Ten Hag was with Rashford in the press conference today ahead of our match tomorrow, and he very much made clear that once again Martial is unavailable but has trained with the first team, and Sabitzer is out for tomorrow's game, which is a pity. I wanted to see him start. But on Liverpool, Ten Hag said that we have set conclusions and we talked about it. We have seen the game, we have to reset and bounce back. Elite mentality. He takes full responsibility with himself. It's not just the team. He himself has made a few errors in that game. And he wants to bounce back immediately against Real Betis. He says that no, the players are not down. We are in the same boat. We do it together. We win and lose together. We made a mess on Sunday and we have to deal with that. As I said, he is with the players. He feels that he himself also made mistakes with the team against Liverpool. And that is good to note, that he doesn't blame other players, that he takes full responsibility for his performance, but also his team's performance. And that will only strengthen the bond between him and his players. Moving on to Bruno and the whole question of him being captain and should he remain captain after certain comments were made about his performance on Sunday. And Ten Hag said that he's pointing and coaching players. He's an inspiration for the whole team. No one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. And people were questioning the captaincy of Bruno, saying that he doesn't deserve to be the captain of Manchester United. A captain should not be giving up in a game. And Ten Hag simply said, I'm really happy to have Bruno Fernandes in my team, and I'm happy with him as our captain with Harry not on the pitch. If Maguire was not at the club, Bruno is the club captain. Ten Hag has now made that a bold statement. Nobody should question Bruno and his performances or his captaincy. He is a key member of this squad. And we know that that probably means that he will start against Real Betis. And my starting 11 doesn't have much changes. But I want to see De Gea, Malacia coming in for sure. I feel sure could be suffering with an injury and maybe has a bit of confidence knocked. Martinez Varane continuing at the back, and Wan-Bissaka definitely should come in ahead of Delo. Fred and Casemiro, I would have wanted to see Sabitzer start, but Fred has to play. Bruno, Sancho, Anthony, and Rashford as the front four. I feel Vegas needs to just sit a bit on the bench, get a bit of rest, and we allow Rashford, who's our most lethal threat, to be our main man up front for this game. Spanish teams hate pace, and Sancho, Anthony, and Rashford can provide that in the attack. Old Trafford will definitely be up for this game. They'll definitely be behind the team and be behind every single one of these players. It has to be a win that we get. If we get a draw, it would look as if we are still suffering from the Liverpool loss. If we get a win, immediately we can focus and know that we could easily be into the quarterfinals of the Europa League. It is another opportunity for a trophy, and we have to take it serious. Top 4 is top 4, but the Europa League is a European trophy that we can look to win. We are one of the favorites, so why not go out and win the tournament? Old Trafford is waiting for Real Betis. We are waiting for this game, and we definitely will push the team on to get a win. Ten Hag knows more about this team after the Liverpool loss, and he will definitely know more after the Real Betis game. He is in control. Trust him. Back him. He will be the man to make us compete continuously at the top. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.